In the headlines, government to sign high-value contracts worth millions for major road repairs and housing projects. A need for resources to facilitate innovation within the art and craft sector. And farmer field school programs negatively affected by COVID-19. I'm Andrea Lee with the Channel 5 News. Back with the details after this.
Avec Flow, gagnez l'argent, on partit l'argent avec Flow. Gagnez l'argent, on gros sac l'argent. C'est juste ça pour gagner un gros sac l'argent avec Flow. And mettez on top up, sign up, quittez yo, et venez joindre Flow. It only gets better with Flow.
Flow terms and conditions apply.
When you feel a sneeze or a cough coming, covering your mouth prevents the spread of germs. You probably knew that. But the way you cover up also matters, and that means breaking a habit you've held near and dear all your life. Cover your nose and mouth with your flexed elbow or a tissue, not your hands. Discard the used tissue immediately. Then wash your hands. Help stop the spread of germs. Remember, your health is your responsibility.
A message by the Health Promotion Unit of the Ministry of Health, Wellness and New Health Investment, Dominica.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
Away $30,000 in cash, 2 bags of money plus a grand every Friday.
It's always better every day, and now we're making Fridays great. That's 3 ways that you can play. So listen up.
Top up.
$10 or more.
Sign up.
Just switch to Flow.
Get a plan.
1 gig or more. If you want to win cash galore.
With Flow.
Win a bag of money.
Cash out.
Get a bag of money. What you gonna do with a bag of money? From Flow.
So top up, get a plan, or switch now to win. It only gets better with Flow.
Flow terms and conditions apply.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD. All for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
Thank you for staying with us. First up, government to sign a number of high-value construction contracts shortly, totaling millions of dollars.
Prime Minister Skerrit says a number of infrastructure projects are also on the cards, projected to cost $100 million.
Total additional investments in construction are expected to amount to at least $296.8 million.
The Prime Minister says these projects will impact every corner of the country.
For example, there will be at least one road project in each constituency. Local contractors will be engaged, which will ensure job creation and the circulation of money in the community, while contributing to the improvement of the aesthetics of our communities. Government will also pay small contractors and merchants with amounts owed of $100,000 and less in the coming days, utilizing the resources approved by the IMF under the Rapid credit facility. The intention is that small contractors will be in a position to resume work on small projects and complete these works in the coming weeks and months. Being mindful of the approaching hurricane season, government will also continue its aggressive housing program and accelerate it where possible.
Minister for Public Works Senator the Honorable Kasani Laville told Focus on Government and Development Thursday night contracts would soon be signed for 2 road repair projects totaling $126 million. The first is a 9.5 kilometers of road from Bordiap to Castle Bruce, the other 20.5 kilometers from Castle Bruce to Kalinago territory. It is expected that these projects will provide employment for 80 individuals. Additionally, contracts with $40 million will be signed in the coming months to construct 600 small homes under the World Bank's Disaster Vulnerability Reduction Project.
In more top stories, President of the Dominica Arts and Crafts Producers Association is hopeful those in the industry will get the resources needed to innovate during the COVID-19 crisis. Julian Morris tells us more.
Vanessa Winston has described crafters as low-income earners in the country who also have several financial responsibilities. She says the pandemic hit doubly hard as the sector was still recovering from Hurricane Maria of 2017. Winston says artisans are looking at how to make craft products in demand once more during the after or post-COVID-19 pandemic, but says resources are needed to make the necessary changes possible.
Change takes resources. You must have resources for you to be able to diversify. You must have resources for you to be able to create some level of change and some level of sustainability. So I just hope that, resources can be focused on the industry where persons will be able to have that option to diversify a bit or get the right materials that they need or the right tools that they need for them to be able to actually be sustainable.
Apart from assistance to help those in the craft industry adjust their skills to the new demands of COVID-19, Winston would like to see artisans be given overall support to help improve their daily lives.
I would really like for us to really be considered and for the members to actually receive some form of assistance during the lockdown time, that they will not their resources, their meals and everything, that their basic needs could be met, and even after lockdown, that the possibility of really looking at these people and looking at their direct needs as to how they can be able to maintain and to sustain a healthy life, a healthy diet, and be more productive.
In other developments, a call for safer work environments following the coronavirus pandemic. President of the Builders and Contractors Association, BCAD, while applauding the move to make workplaces safe due to the COVID-19 outbreak, says steps must be taken to ensure the overall safety of workplaces despite the crisis.
Now is the time to increase health and safety awareness again. COVID has asked us to do that, but it cannot be only on respiratory illness. It has to go beyond that. We do not want somebody falling out a roof while they have no COVID. We want to make sure that our employees are taken care of. And it costs the country, every accident costs the country. They have to be hospitalized, the breadwinner cannot earn, so security have to pay, the employer has to pay. So every accident is too expensive.
As regards members of the association, Leblas says the majority of individuals resumed work after the first phase of the lockdown, though it was still challenging.
Quite a few of us resumed back on the 20th, the original date for easing of the restriction. So quite a few of us have done that. It's obviously not efficient. Back then it was way not efficient because people had to go and shop within that 8 hours. Not everybody was coming. You had transportation issues. So we had all of that. We had to work this out in addition to keeping that 6 feet distance.
The BCAT president commended the move to open the country on Saturdays as it allows for a more productive work week.
Saturday should be a regular shopping day because it affected all of our workers as well, and we as well. If we have to work from 8 to 4 and we can't shop on Saturday, we are forced to take time off. That affects productivity and it affects the workers' mental state. I want to do this work, but I have to go and shop. I will take care of my family. So you have this complication that was not necessary.
The World Health Assembly adopted a landmark resolution this week, which sets out a clear roadmap on the actions needed to sustain and accelerate the COVID-19 response, both at the national and international levels. The United Nations Health Agency chief says the roadmap assigns responsibilities for both the WHO, World Health Organization, and its member states and captures the comprehensive whole of government and whole of society approach we have been calling for since the beginning of the outbreak. Director General Tedros says, open quote, if implemented, this would ensure a more coherent, coordinated and fairer response that saves both lives and livelihoods, close quote. The resolution underlines WHO's key role in promoting access to safe, effective health technologies to fight the pandemic. It also lifts barriers to effective vaccines, medicines and other health products. There were no newly diagnosed cases of COVID-19 in Barbados on Thursday. All 116 tests conducted for the viral illness on Wednesday were negative. The number of individuals infected since 16th March remains at 90, 47 females and 43 males. 70 people have recovered and 13 remain in isolation. No one was released from isolation on Thursday. The Santos Public Health Laboratory has now completed over 4,000 tests. You are watching the Channel 5 News. Stay tuned for more after the break.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
Si ou ni maladi HIV et bien maladi sexuelle, si ou pas protéger corps lors ou kane sexe avec plusieurs monde, ça kay mette la vie ou en gros danger. Ou ka expose tout partenaire au poison et que ça qui ka vini avec maladie. Serve yon condom chaque fois ou kane sexe. Change qui est important pour découvrir maladie à bonheur ou ça vivre en bonne santé même si ou ni maladie HIV. Pour responsabilité, protéger corps et puis les autres. Examiner corps. Aidez du bout si même maladie HIV et l'autre maladie sexuelle.
With Flow, when I bag of money, cash out. Get a bag of money. What you gonna do with a bag of money? Yeah. From Flow.
Yo, check this. Flow is giving away $30,000 in cash.
Oh, yeah.
2 bags of money plus $1,000 every Friday.
With Flow is better every day, and now we're making parties great. That's 3 ways that you can play. So listen up.
Top up.
$10 or more.
Sign up.
Just switch to Flow.
Get a plan.
1 gig or more. If you wanna win cash galore.
With Flow.
Win a bag of money.
Cash out.
Get a bag of money. What you gonna do with a bag of money? Yeah. From Flow.
So top up, get a plan, or switch now to win. It only gets better with Flow.
Flow terms and conditions apply.
When you feel a sneeze or a cough coming, covering your mouth prevents the spread of germs. You probably knew that. But the way you cover up also matters, and that means breaking a habit you've held near and dear all your life. Cover your nose and mouth with your flexed elbow or a tissue, not your hands. Discard the used tissue immediately. Then wash your hands. Help stop the spread of germs. Remember, your health is your responsibility.
A message by the Health Promotion Unit of the Ministry of Health, Wellness and New Health Investment, Dominica.
Avec Flow, gagnez l'argent, on partit l'argent avec Flow. Gagnez l'argent, on gros sac l'argent. C'est juste ça pour gagner un gros sac l'argent avec Flow. And mettez on top up, sign up, quittez yo, et then vite join Flow. It only gets better with Flow.
Flow terms and conditions apply.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD. All for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
Welcome back. Over 40 participants in farmer field schools have had their programs halted by the COVID-19 pandemic. Julian Morris tells us more.
The Farmer Field School is being spearheaded by the Caribbean Agriculture and Research Development Institute, CARDI, in 2 communities in Dominica. A Farmer Field School is a group-based learning process used by a number of institutions to promote integrated pest management and other best farming practices. Director of the CARDI unit, Dominica Branch, Dorian Etienne, says 2 field schools in Dominica have had to tweak their programs due to the COVID-19 response measures.
We are currently conducting 2 field schools, one in Calabishi and one in Kalnago territory. And for each of those schools, we have in excess of 20 farmers participating. So a total of between 40-45 persons are impacted by that situation.
The limited internet access has also been a factor in being innovative with continuing the program.
Given the fact too that it is taking place in a rural setting, where internet connectivity a lot of times sometimes it's not the best, or the fact that the farmers use data, you can't engage them for too long because of cost implications. So the nature of our engagement with the majority of our clients, meaning the farmers, it had to change. It involved to discussing with the donor agencies who fund these projects how we go forward, given the current situation.
The Farmer Field School is a very interactive and hands-on project. Due to the social distancing recommendations impact of COVID-19, CARDI is looking to extending the end period of this project.
The goal remains the same. The deliveries remain the same. The difference is the time frame within which they execute it. And of course, it requires a lot of interaction, virtually of course, with the partners, because we collaborate. For most of our projects, we have multiple partners collaborating with for the implementation of those projects. And so it involves a lot of virtual interaction to ensure that everything is put in place so that the projects do not get a natural death, but really go forward given the current situation and what we anticipate might be the new norm.
Community testing remains the current focus of healthcare workers as government begins to take steps to carefully reopen the economy. Focus on reopening the economy was preceded by news last Sunday, 17th May, that all of Dominica's 16 confirmed cases of COVID-19 had fully recovered. The Prime Minister says, as has been done in the past, the people's interest must be at the heart of every decision taken by government.
All of our 16 confirmed cases have successfully recovered, meaning none died through COVID-19. But now is not the time to let our guard down. I know that the measures that we have had to take to secure the health and well-being of all persons in Dominica have restricted your freedoms. But this has been done for the protection of all of us. We must not become complacent and forget that this disease is extremely contagious and has claimed the lives of more than 300,000 people worldwide in a space of a few months. While we have no active case at the moment in Dominica, it is important that community testing be done to determine whether there is community transmission that has so far gone undetected. This is important as we move to ease restrictions even further.
In keeping with the reopening of the economy, government signed a $5 million loan facility at the Aid Bank on Thursday to assist small business owners. $15 million has also been placed in the supervision of the Dominica Social Security for tourism and agriculture stakeholders affected by COVID-19. And the United Nations is reporting that school closures to stem the spread of the coronavirus have left some 60% of the world's children without an education. This is according to the United Nations Development Programme UNDP report launched on Wednesday. The report is called The Human Development Perspectives, COVID-19, Assessing the Impact, Envisioning the Recovery. It estimates the percentage of primary school-age children who are not getting any schooling, adjusted to reflect those without internet access, is now at, open quote, global levels not seen since the 1980s, close quote. With classrooms shuttered and stark divides in access to online learning, UNDP assessments show that 86% of children in primary education are now effectively out of school in countries with low human development. This is compared with just 20% in countries with very high levels of development. The report also indicated that hope is within reach for countries to close the education gap by providing more equitable internet access.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD. All for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
Avec Flow, animete on top up, sign up, Kiteo, every video join Flow. It only gets better with Flow.
Flow terms and conditions apply.
Here are some tips to reduce mosquito presence in and around your home. Keep water storage containers properly covered. Remove containers that can collect water from your surroundings. Keep garbage bins tightly covered. Pick up your litter and remove all tires from your yard. Keep gutters free of leaves and twigs to prevent stagnant water. Prevent Zika, dengue, and chikungunya. Fight the bite. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
This message is supported by Flow.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts, with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
With Flow, when I bag our money, cash out. Get a bag of money. What you gonna do with a bag of money? Yeah. From Flow.
Yo, check this. Flow is giving away $30,000 in cash.
Oh, yeah.
2 bags of money plus a grand every Friday.
With Flow is better every day, and now we're making Fridays great. That's 3 ways that you can play. So listen up.
Top up.
$10 more.
Sign up.
Just switch to Flow.
Get a plan.
1 gig or more. If you wanna win cash galore.
With Flow.
Win a bag of money.
Cash out.
Get a bag of money. What you gonna do with a bag of money? Yeah. From Flow.
So top up, get a plan, or switch now to win. It only gets better with Flow.
Flow terms and conditions apply.
To end the news, the headlines again. Government to sign high-value contracts worth millions for major road repairs and housing projects. A need for resources to facilitate innovation in the arts and crafts sector. And farmer field school programs negatively affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. Feel free to access our past newscasts on our YouTube channel. On behalf of the entire production team, I am Andrea Louis, and to all of our viewers around the world, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful weekend.